Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark. Do ba 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 do. Oh, we are do 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 do. Oh, we are do 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 do. Oh, we are do 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 do. Oh, we are.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon session. I'm very pleased to have with me here Daniar, and he's going to present today on the ReHIn MOOC. Daniar, I'm going to hand over to you straight away. If anyone has any questions or comments, leave them in the comment box, and I'll be back later to post those to you, Daniar. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
We're seeing the presenter view at the moment of your slides.
Now it is a full screen of presentation.
It's full screen. Thank you. Perfect.
Thank you so much. Okay. Let me please introduce myself. My name is Daniar Sapargaliyev. I'm research assistant at University of Nottingham. And now we are going to present our result of the work of ReHIn MOOC, integration of refugees into the EU health culture and system. First of all, I have to present the aim of the project because it is a Erasmus Plus project aimed to develop digital learning resources for refugees and their growing awareness and knowledge on their health integration in Europe. The creation of the digital learning resources includes the design and support of reusable learning objects, RLOs, and then a massive open online courses, the MOOC. First of all, let me please show you the project objectives. There are at least 5 objectives. First of all, refugees integration in terms of use of the health services and their rights. The next one, we wanted to indicate the differences in way what health and medicine is practiced in European Union in comparison to major refugees' home countries, to create interactive learning resources that will foster respect and understanding for diversity in health, culture, and values. It is a part of 6 RLOs. I show you later these RLOs. And next one, to enable the wide accessibility of the educational resources through the MOOC and target a large number of refugees within European Union countries. And the last one, to the dissemination and exploitation of the ReHIn, the project, will be done both at the welcoming EU points, but also on the country in which the refugees are settled, collaborating with NGOs and national services in each country. The project duration was 36 months and plus 6 months of extension. So the project started before COVID pandemic period, so in September 2019, and we hope that it will end by the December of 2022 this year. It is important that the results during the project period, there are 2 main results. We created 6 reusable learning objects, and then the MOOC that facilitate their massive outreach. During this process, we use the co-designing of resources methodology and best practices for implementation of the resources, including recommendations for use in terms of pedagogical aspects and for open learning opportunities to support the education of refugees. I could explain it in more details then. We did use Delphi study. There were 3 rounds of surveys with experts, Also, we do use for the creation of 6 RLOs topics, and methodological background and methodological framework was a SPAR framework. I could explain. There are 3 main directions of the SPAR framework to identify the aims, storyboarding, populations, implementations, then release, and the last stage is evaluation of the results. So, in terms of 6 RLOs that we created for that project, there are 6 main topics. It is health accessibility for refugees, unwanted pregnancy, post-maternal depression, dental health, loneliness, and mental health. Next one. I would explain also something about the RLOs, because RLOs, as it is a reusable learning object, and the main characteristics of this is, first of all, small in size. It takes only 5 or 15 minutes for reading and for understanding each object, focused on single learning goal. It is very focusing on the main topic. Sometimes it used a mix of media, video, audio, and other type of media. Sequence of pages, page by page, the user could see the next steps, how to know about much more about the topic. Standalone, interactive character, and led by communities. Sometimes we involve experts and other participants to create this RLO. A little bit about development process. How do we use a SPAR framework, and how do we use this methodological background for creating RLOs and MOOC? You see the process. First of all, we set the storyboard workshops where we could collect specifications on the board, or during the pandemic period, we do use digital storyboards for collect ideas and thoughts from the experts. When we try to review these specifications and to find out new ideas and the best decisions. Again, after this, we develop the RLOs or MOOC, then review it again, and use the stage of evaluation. And as a result, at the last stage, we are trying to packaging and distribute our results. On this slide, you could see the process with our participants and with our partners. How do we create these RLOs and MOOC? You see that sometimes it is a complicated process, but very interesting, and it needs teamwork, and it is integrated and disseminated between our partners and our participants. So here we want to show the 6 RLOs topics: relation to healthcare, unwanted pregnancy, post-maternal depression, dental health, loneliness, and mental health. And for example, we could also show you the RLOs for a refugees health integration project. For example, you see that this RLO covers different aspects of accessing healthcare in the European Union and the European countries. And for instance, another example, it is okay to have this feeling, PTSD. Sometimes refugees met this disease and these symptoms that may appear as a result of experience, as a difficult experience traumatic experience. What's the next? Turning to creating the MOOC, ReHIn MOOC. First of all, we are trying to distribute our work into three main models. First models is about accessibility and rights to health. The second one about the sexual and reproductive health. And the last one, model 3, about mental health and well-being. It is important to know that each partner in our project took the lead for one topic, and each topic divided in small sections, which distributed for development among partners. And it allows to get efficient development of the topics, and while regular meeting among the project partners ensure that the usefulness and accuracy of information across each European Union countries. So again, they do use a SPAR framework for that. And you see on this slide the co-designing process of creating the MOOC. First of all, we organized online meeting with the partners via online platform. Then we tried to collect ideas and specifications and fixed it on the mural, on the digital mural, or with the use of storyboarding process. Next one, you see on the left side of the screen that we created Excel file for collect and distribute the works between partners and to create the MOOC structure and write down the topics. And the last stage that we are creating Word file with a detailed description of the MOOC for each part. And as a result, you see again that regular meetings allows us to use very accurate details for creating the MOOC with specification from different countries. And as you see, we do use the platform from University of Politecnica in Valencia and edX platform to set this MOOC. And MOOC section also have RLOs developed within the project, expert and refugees interviews or lectures, new content developed by the ReHIn partners. And after this, we review the topic with experts and learning technologists to ensure we have high quality of the MOOC. Yes, during the project, during the process, of course, we've met with technical challenges, especially video recordings has had challenging due to COVID-19 pandemic period. There are virtual participatory of workshop instead of face-to-face, first of all. Also, we decided to use animations than video because it is more attractive and more understandable for the MOOC format and for refugees, our participants. Also, we used illustrated media and continuous support for recordings for narrations of the resources. During the project, we also met with difficulties to identify that were identified by workers in NGOs, non-government organizations. For example, refugees engagement was limited in our workshops that we organized. There are some different barriers and difficulties. For example, language barriers, technology barriers. Sometimes refugees can't use their accessible technologies as laptops or smartphones to join to our workshops or our conversations. The time and sometimes it was fear of unknown or other trust to participate in these workshops. But by the way, as a result, we tried to create these two main results as creating RLOs and MOOC targeting refugees' health integration during this pandemic period. And we try to identify and overcome a number of challenges. As I said, we did use the methodological framework as part for holding regular meetings with the partners. And we try to use different formats for creating the media as animations, graphics, alternative video formats. And we believe that by the end of the project, we will present very high quality MOOC that would be interested and attractive for refugees within European Union region. Thank you so much for that session. And now I am finishing my presentation. So, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen now.
Thank you. Yep, thank you so much, Daniar. And we're while we wait for some comments or questions to come in from the participants, I have a question for you about. You just mentioned at the end that the audience, the refugees that the resource was targeted at, had very particular and complicated issues with getting access to the materials and to the workshop. Have you any ideas about how you can tackle that problem in maybe in the future?
Yeah, thank you so much for this question, Emma. I also need to mention that we are preparing this MOOC not only in English, but also in Arabic to be approached by a multinational audience. As you know, many countries, countries of the refugees, they have Arabic language background, and refugees can use and can speak in Arabic and English. And sometimes it is better to have alternative for them, and in language alternatives and language opportunities for them to read our materials, to be integrated in this European Union context. And I think that also it is a good, it will be good results for us, because our MOOC is open for everyone, but most of the refugees, they can have difficulties in language, accessibility problems, technical accessibility. But as it is a free to access, I think that it could help refugees to integrate more effectively.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have a few questions. So one from Gabby. I don't know if you can see this. Do you think one of the key benefits of the project is in the reusability of the RLOs? Are you hoping that other people will translate them or adapt them to different local contexts?
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Gabby, for these questions. I think that reusability, it is the main. It was a main idea that we are presented for our reusable learning objects, because again, as I said, everyone can use it and can represent or reuse it in their context or in their maybe learning approaches or learning aims. Sometimes other educators or maybe participants of NGOs or workers of NGOs also could use these arrows and the part of MOOC for explaining their colleagues or refugees how to use European Union health system in their interest, and how to use different how to solve different medical problems within these topics and within the European Union region. So yes, I agree that it is a key benefits of this. Probably, Emma, you were muted, but I see the question, what evaluation of the MOOC
Sorry.
are you planning? Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. As I said in presentation, we're going to evaluate it with the experts, and we're planning by the end of this year, we're planning to present a full access to the MOOC on the edX platform. And before it, we again organize workshops and meetings with the expert, as internal as external, for understanding and evaluate the final results of this creation, of the co-designing and co-creation process. So I hope in the next months we will present maybe on another platform the results of or publish of this evaluation process. So we'll see how it's going to be. Thank you for that question.
Thank you. I think that's all the questions that we have. If anyone wants to pop another one into the comment box, you still have a little time in this session. And while we're waiting, Daniar, is there anything else you want to add about the project?
Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for allowing us to present our results on this work. And I hope probably next year we will present the full description and the full understanding of the process, and with probably some data of the using this RLOs and the MOOC. Yeah, we'll see. But currently, we try to present our results in such context.
There's just a quick follow-up question to Anna's. I think it's Anna. Her question there. It's about are you planning to get feedback from refugees, from the target audience, I suppose?
Yes, that's a very important topic, because we are planning to get feedback from our learners, and it will help us to understand maybe some difficulties and maybe problematic topics. And of course, we could use it for improving our MOOC and RLOs for the next generation of the learners, or next stage of creating these platforms. Yeah, it would be nice, and we are planning to use feedbacks of the learners for improving our MOOC.
Thank you so much, Daniar. It's a really interesting and important initiative and project. So thank you for coming and talking to us about it today. And thank you for everyone for attending. And we will say goodbye now for the session. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Emma, and thank you so much for this session. See you. Bye.
Daniar, we actually do have one more question. And since we're all within the time, do you mind?
For sure.
We got a couple of false ends. So, are you offering any kind of support with digital literacies to refugees to widen the audience?
Yeah. Oh, good question. Thank you, Gabby. It is interesting. Yeah. First of all, we need to know your question, and probably we will offer any kind of support, as I said, digital literacy or improve their digital skills, how to use their accessible technologies in healthcare context, or even to use our platform. But for now, I think that we need to use your thought and use your idea for the next stage of the creating or co-designing this MOOC. Yeah, this is very interesting. Yeah, very important. Probably we need to do that because our learners, potentially it is refugees from outside of the European Union, probably we do have some difficulties in using maybe different platforms, especially edX or maybe other types of MOOCs. But we'll see. Probably we will include some of the digital literacies course or short LOs, how to use the MOOC and other type of technologies. Good question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So we will, I'll thank you once again, Daniar, and thank you very much for everyone for coming to the session today. And we'll say goodbye at that point.
Goodbye. Thank you so much. See you.